We are working on binomial probability. In this particular scenario, we have a coin that's actually weighted, and it's weighted so that 2/3 of the time it actually lands on heads. Okay, so we're trying to find out what the probability of getting exactly 2 heads in 5 different tosses of the coin are. And the key term here is exactly 2 heads. Well, we've got to bring in, they have an actual formula for binomial probability, and so let's bring that in right now. It is, we first take the combination of n choose r, then we find p is our desired outcome, in this case tossing a heads, and then r is the number of times it occurs. In this case it'll be 2, exactly 2 times. Q is our undesired outcome. In this case it'll be tails, the probability of getting that, I should say, which in this case is going to be 1/3, and then just n minus r. So we'll bring some stuff in here and explain a little bit more what n and r are. The probability of getting r successes in n number of trials. Okay, so r in this case, our successes, is going to be 2 successes, and the n is going to be the total number of trials that we have. In this case it's going to be 5. Okay, probability of success, in other words, what's the likelihood that we're going to get success with p, and the probability of failure is going to be the exact opposite of whatever the probability of success is, 1 minus the probability of success. Okay, so we're going to actually start implementing this into our specific scenario that we've got right here. Okay, so if we're going to get exactly 2 heads, here's our equation. It's the exact same one that I've got up here. In fact, I haven't changed anything yet, but we're going to go through here and change everything. Okay, one at a time. The probability, first we're going to start with this p, the probability of success. Okay, so it's 2/3 of the time it's going to land on heads, and we're trying to find out exactly 2 heads. So heads is our desired outcome, so our p value here is going to be 2/3. That's the one that we want. The probability of success of landing on heads is 2/3, so we're going to change that to 2/3 right now. So there we go, that's our 2/3. Q is 1 minus whatever this number is in this case, or the opposite effects, okay? And the only thing that's left, 1 minus 2/3 would give us 1/3, so Q value is going to be 1/3. Okay, and that means it's going to land on tails 1/3 of the time. Okay, now from here, okay, we're going to determine what this n value is. And n is the number of independent trials. In this case, we're going to toss the coin 5 different times. So I've got n values here, and I've got an n value up here. Both of these 2 n values are going to be 5. So I'm going to change both of those to 5 now, because we're going to flip this coin 5 different times. So we've got 5, choose r. We've got to determine what our r value is next. R is the number of successes we're going to have. In this case, we're going to have 2 heads, so our r value is going to be 2. We're going to have exactly 2, so our r value is 2. And it's an r value here, which means I'm also going to have an r value here and here. I'm going to have to change both of those 2 as well. So I changed both of those 2 now. And then we got 5 minus 2 is just 3, so we can update that as well. Now what you can do is start typing this into your calculator. I'm going to move this up, slide this up, just so we have some more room to work right here. And when you're typing this one into your calculator, you can type it in just like you see here, or if you would like to type this one out with this combination, it will look something like this. This is our 5, choose 2. Either way, either one of these 2 will work just fine. Alright, so let's pull in, we're going to do the TI Inspire first. We'll pull this one up here. And we've got a 5, let's see here, we've got a 5, choose 2, 2/3. And the way we do that on the TI Inspire, we can just type in NCR. Somehow I don't quite see that enough here, so let's enlarge it just a little bit. There we go. Okay, NCR, then we can do a parenthesis 5, comma 2. Okay, that's a n choose r. 5 is going to be our n value, 2 is going to be our r value. Okay, and then we need 2/3 squared times 1/3 cubed. So we'll just type that in just kind of like we see it here. So we'll go 2/3 squared times 1/3 cubed. And then you just hit enter. It will give you the decimal, in this particular one, rounded to the nearest 6 decimals, it said, so you just count over 6 decimals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It should be 16, excuse me, 0.164609 would be our answer on this one. And that is indeed our answer here. Now, if we're doing it with the TI-84, we'll bring that one in right now. And that one will go 5, choose 2, so 5. In order to find the combinations, we go to our math button. We're going to go to the third over here. The fourth over, we'll go 3 arrows, which will give us our probability. Option number 3 is our combinations. You can see that there. So we'll do option number 3, which is a 5, choose. Now yours may look just a little bit different depending on what version of the software you have, but 5, choose, and then just fill it in 2. Make sure you hit your 5 before you go to your math button and find combination. So 5, choose 2. Then we'll go over here, and this is 2/3, so I'm going to put that in parentheses. 2/3 squared, there we go, times 1/3 cubed. And just hit enter. Both ways will get you the same answer. Make sure you're rounding it to the nearest 6 decimals. That's the only real big catch on this one.